Hi, Andy from Audio Keller here. Nice to see you again for another amp dyno video of a classic Rockford Fosgate amplifier, and of course it's one of the classic punch series, and this one is rated 90 watts per channel into a 4 ohm load and 180 watts into a 2 ohm load. By the way, this is a 360A2 which is made by Rockford Fosgate, I think in the year 1999. But with these ratings, this amplifier is pretty close to the ratings of the legendary Punch 200 DSM. So it's time to have a look what this amp can put out on the dyno. This 360A2 is connected to the load. Until the clipping point. There, it's clipping hard. I take this one. And there we have 65.6 volts. I calculate with 65 volts. And then we have around 270 watts. That's 135 watts per channel into a 3.9 ohm load, both channels driven. Or 270 watts bridge mono 7.8 ohms. I put a 1 kHz burst into the amp with 20 cycles. And in this case we have 70.4 volts, and this is around 317 watts of dynamic power. That means 158.5 watts per channel of dynamic power into a 3.9 ohm load. Now I have connected a 3.9 ohm mono load to the amplifier, and this test is 1 kHz continuous output power. I start to give the signal. So with a maximum voltage of 58.4 volts, I have an output power of 437 watts, bridge mono into a 3.9 ohm load. That means 218.5 watts per channel into a 1.9 ohm load. Now I apply my 1 kHz burst with 20 cycles. I capture one. So here we have a nice example. Here we can see that the first cycles are very good and high. Then it goes down a little bit, but it goes back to the 60 volts line. I will not take the maximum voltage. In this case I will say it's fair if we just take the 60 volts line, this line here, as an average. If we take the 60 volts line, we have a dynamic output power of 461 watts. That's 230.5 watts per channel of dynamic output power. Now I try a dynamic power test mono, exactly 2 ohms with a 1 kHz burst signal. Now I have my 20 cycles. We can see in this case I have a maximum voltage of 52 volts. That's the first cycles here. We can see they go down, but they go up again. So I suggest that I measure the highest cycle and the lowest cycle. With 52 volts at the highest cycle, I get around 676 watts of dynamic output power mono 2 ohms. That's 338 watts per channel. Now I switch to the lowest cycle, 44.4 volts, 492.9 watts. That means we have around 584 watts of dynamic output power, lowest and highest level average. Now I show you just for fun what the amp is doing with a 1 ohm mono load. I capture. So I stop. Here you can see. First cycle is okay, not bad, but strong clipping plus a lot of distortion. And as always, if you liked the video of the amp dyno, you can make me happy by leaving a thumb or write something down below in the comments. See you next time and thanks for watching. Bye bye.